Very excited to be here at Synthesis Bar, where we mix traditional Chinese medicine with alcohol and come up with both happy moments and also less pain, which is very rare. I'll find out more because I'm meeting Alex Ng right now. He's right here next to me. He's one of the best looking men in Singapore. If you want to have a good social life, you call him up, he sets you up, but I don't want to tell you about that because that's our personal relation. So let's get right into it at Synthesis. I love the color, Alex, at the back. Firstly, the first thing I thought of was the color, which is almost, the color scheme is exactly correct. If you go towards the top of the bar, I don't know if you can see it now, but you'll see it at some point. Till the bottom, it's like rainbows. Each color is separate,
it does.
matching the bottles.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, all that is you, is it?
No. It's thanks to the idea of our ID. So we work very hard with them, and then they come up with this creative idea of setting up the bar in the curved shape, right?
Yeah.
So at first I was afraid.
Except the bottle can fall on you while you're serving.
Exactly. So I was
Has it
afraid.
happened?
No.
But you have the medicine to use and all that, so you'll be fine. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, so I think initially we are afraid of the bottle falling off because of the curve, right?
Right.
Yeah, but thank God nothing happened.
But people don't realize how much effort and thought goes into making a bar. You think, okay, bar, bottles, this, that. But it's like a film set or something. You got to get it right correctly, light it correctly.
Yes, it is. So I think coordinating the lightings as well, it took us, I think, weeks to get this done also. Yeah, just in terms of the lighting.
I know a guy can get it done in 3 days, cheaper. Just give me a call after the show. We'll exchange numbers.
For sure.
Okay, Alex, so what we're going to do here is we'll talk a little bit about you, obviously, because it's very exciting to meet a young Singaporean who's, the world has changed so much. The bartender is a huge profession these days, not an easy profession to break into. He's already got plans to go to another country in a few days. We'll get into all that as well. And that's where his career is taking him. But we'll also talk about the fact that this is about traditional Chinese medicine, believe it or not, mixed with alcohol.
Yeah.
And so let's start with that for a second, because initially that sounds a little ridiculous because it's like a paradox. Why are we having medicine? But then I think we do have medicine with alcohol in any case, in many, medical bottles.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I think, of course, we are still a bar and a restaurant. So we do offer non-alcoholic mocktails that has TCM elements in it as well.
What kind of man comes in and asks for a non... that's me actually.
But my personal belief is alcohol kills bacteria. So, you get a win-win situation, right?
This is a great philosophy for a drunkard's t-shirt. Alcohol kills bacteria, drink all day. Don't. Yeah.
But ultimately, too much of anything is never good. So drink in moderation. I think you do just fine.
We have to say that.
I have to.
Yeah.
Right.
So coming back to that, so we are going to at some point obviously do the mixing and he's going to teach me a little bit and I'm going to try and taste it. I have a volunteer ready. Right. But just to understand, so when we come here and we ask for a drink, we're coming here to the experience of drinking the drink, or we're coming here to feel better? What is the main reason?
Okay, so I think the whole idea of synthesis is to actually create a very holistic experience for our guests, right? So once they arrive, you are greeted by the TCM storefront, and then walking in, it will turn into a modern walkway, and then after that you come into the bar and then you see this. It creates a very wow experience for you.
Right.
So what you can actually expect from the food and the drinks here is that we are wellness focused and with TCM embedded in it, right?
No, I was just thinking, what else could make a great impact? Because you want that wow factor, right? When you come in and the bar opens and the razzmatazz and all this. What if you had a mountain gorilla? Like 450 pounds of muscle standing right. I was just thinking.
We could consider.
Yeah, I have a cousin. You can sell him cheap.
Right.
Yeah. So again, to come in, do I come in if I'm feeling some ailment or problem?
I think maybe to be clear, right? We are not we do not have a
diagnosing
physician.
people.
Yeah, we are not diagnosing people.
Yeah.
We're just creating good food and drinks with ingredients that.
Because it'll be too good to be true. Sorry to keep interrupting. I was just thinking, it'll be too good to be true. Oh, my head is paining. Go to see the doctor. No, I'll just go to synthesis.
Yeah. So I think our general food and drinks, they do have elements that actually do help with the body. But of course, it's not going to be like, after dining here, you're going to feel like a superhero or things like that. It's just healthy food, good drinks.
So we go in the direction of health. We've got certain qualities are there. But by and large, compared to, I know I'm saying the same thing again, but I just want to be very clear. by and large, compared to a normal bar or conventional bar, you're getting a drink, but in that drink, you're getting some medicinal properties, which can make you feel a little better. That's where we are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
So it won't change a man into a woman. Or
It
help
will
you,
not, it
Or
will
help
not.
your aunt grow a beard.
It will not.
People ask for ridiculous things when they come to bars.
Yeah. It will not, definitely. So I think aside from that, we also do different cocktails, just purely for enjoyment. People who
Can
want
you name
to
some?
get drunk. I mean, your classic cocktails like your old fashioned, your whiskey sours.
But that's a normal cocktail, right?
Right. Yeah. So we do offer that as well.
Oh, okay, so that's not going to have anything in it but the normal stuff.
Yes, just the normal stuff. So we are still ultimately a bar and a restaurant.
Oh, so there are two menus then. So you can choose to have the medicinal one and feel a little better about yourself, or you can go for the old-fashioned one.
Of course. Yes. So the one.
Or you have the old one first, then feel drunk and say, give me the medicine. Does that happen?
could
happen.
Not yet, but it could.
Yeah,
we
makes
could
sense.
do something like that.
Yeah.
For sure.
So what is going back, because you're actually behind bar and I'm sure you have videos as well of what's happening. What is the most ridiculous things people ask you? And please tell me it's my people who come to the bar and ask you for things.
They will usually say that, I want a drink that is, of such flavors, meaning that, I want it sweet, but then not too sweet, not sour as well. Like, then what should I get for you? Tea, maybe? Yeah, that not much flavors, right? Yeah. So, I think there is a lot of requests, sometimes because they do not understand, like, the art of mixing and stuff like that, right? So
Or they just think that whatever they say, you'll just make it that way. Instead of understanding you've got a ready-made list of what you serve.
Yeah. So I think it's like asking you to make a whiskey cocktail, but I don't want to taste the whiskey.
Yeah.
Right?
When people get drunk, is it true that you bartenders sometimes just, they ask for more drinks, but you don't want to give them any more, so you just give them like a water mix or some cold drink mix? And
Sometimes we do, but of course it depends on the situation, right? Because if someone is really intoxicated, really, we have to do our part as to not serve them any more alcohol. Yeah, but I think, people get rowdy sometimes, they demand for more drinks. So in that case, it's either we will ask the friend to take care of them, or if not, we will have to do what we have to do, right?
was the last guy who got rowdy and misbehaved, was his name Silvery? Came to this bar and threw a tantrum.
Yeah, I think I heard of that.
Yeah, that's the guy.
After the 3 drinks, maybe.
Yeah, badly behaved. Unbelievable. Let's go back to the herbal thing. Now, we've got Ayurveda in India. I don't know if you're familiar with that. So there's the Indian old-fashioned medicine from the herbs, the roots, trees, plants, all that.
Yeah.
Chinese herbal is similar in that sense, but of course, different set of roots and
It is.
herbs and stuff.
Yeah.
So going back, how much diligence is given to this whole? You have to understand the making of Chinese herbal pharmaceuticals, so to speak. You have to get into all that when you prepare the drink.
Yeah. So I think for us, of course, we will try to upgrade ourselves with the knowledge, right? To equip ourselves with the knowledge of TCM. So we did a lot of research, but of course, we are not as good as a physician who are certified, to tell you that,
Because you always want a shortcut. Why go to the doctor when we can come to the bar?
Yes, of course. So that's why that wasn't a focus initially. Like we don't want to create something that, these have these health properties, is going to help you. You're going to feel better after this, We are not going to do that. Instead, what we are focusing on is that, for example, there are ingredients such as like ginger that has warming abilities to warm up the body, help with digestion.
So go slow, Alex. Let me understand this, because I also want to buy these things and keep them on the side. So do my crew, so we can avoid the doctor. So ginger is, it like makes the body restart. Like
I think it's
like a
good,
reboot
yes,
of the body, is it?
It is.
Yeah.
I think it does.
Where do you
really
put it in? The mouth or elsewhere?
Not sure about elsewhere, but of course, digestion will always be good.
Oh, digestion, that's in India.
anything with ginger, they put it in food.
Yeah.
A lot of food has it. A drink, even teas.
Right.
It does help warm up the body, and I think, of course, again, too much of anything is never good, right? Yeah. So everything in moderation. Yeah.
Fair enough. So that's ginger. Give us a couple more of the herbs, Chinese herbs that you use.
So I think a few of the Chinese herbs that we are using here is, for example, ginseng roots, goji berry.
Ginseng is famous.
Yes, it is.
All men look for ginseng for some reason.
Yes.
Why, Alex?
Yes. Not sure.
Ah, damn you! Not answering the right question here.
Not needed yet.
Yeah.
Not needed yet.
Not needed. Yeah, but at some point.
Yeah,
But other than just for sexual prowess and testosterone, what else does that do?
I think ginseng generally. It's gonna
Energizer?
help with energy. So it does provide a lot of energy to the body when consuming ginseng as well, right? And I think the problem with ginseng is that because it has such a pungent taste, so not everyone can accept it. Yeah.
But you're mixing it with the flavors of
Some
the,
of the drinks,
cocktail or
yes.
whatever, so then you
Yes.
don't probably get that much.
Yeah.
Is it?
So you will still get that because, like I said, because if we were to put it into a drink and then you can't taste it, the guest will come up to you. Oh, there's no ginseng in it.
Oh.
You know. Yeah. So
Just tell me, make your own drink.
so also ginseng, I think, is one of the ingredients that either you like it or you will not even go
But
there.
it'll be amongst the most popular, right? Because all the men, a lot of the men,
is.
elder men, all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So you must be getting a lot of requests. And so they tell you, I want ginseng in my drink.
They'll browse through our menu. So
Or the
we do have
girlfriend
the
says, just put
ingredients
ginseng in his drink.
there. Sometimes we do.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do.
Give me one more, one last one.
I think red date as well is one
Yeah.
of the ingredients that is used mostly in like TCM, right? Of course, I think monk fruit. Actually, monk fruit is quite interesting. So there's this thing called monk fruit. So in Chinese, it's called luo han guo. So it's very high in sugar in terms of sweetness, right? So usually they will use it as a replacement for sugar. Acts like a honey, right? So when you cook it with water, you have a sugar flavor water, and it has a hint of flavor from the fruit itself, the monk fruit.
What's it taste like? Good?
It's good. You can drink it by itself, add a bit of citrus in it. You can drink it like water, right? And then all the sweetness come from the natural sugar from the ingredient itself.
Right.
Yeah.
I have this problem that like whenever ladies are passing by, I stare with my eyes open and then they get angry. Is there anything for that? Any herb?
I think you need carrots to have a better eye.
Oh, better eyesight.
Better eyesight. Goji berry helps though.
Team Brocha.
Goji berry helps.
What does
too.
goji berry do?
Goji berry is actually very high. It's antioxidant,
Yeah.
right? It's rich in the vitamins as well, and it's good for your heart, your eyes. So
Or again,
consume
all-round
more of that.
wellness, like
Yes,
post-workout antioxidants.
Right. So a lot of the TCM herbs actually have a very well-rounded medical properties, right? So usually, if you buy a pack of like herbal soup or nourishment soup, the few ingredients are always there, like the goji,
So these are all the
ginseng.
go-to things in Chinese tradition medicine.
Yes, it is. It is.
To remember.
Yeah.
So there's goji, if I'm saying it right, and
Goji berry, so red date, ginseng,
ginseng and ginger.
and ginger. Yes,
These
correct.
are but there are many more, but we're giving you 4 now because you aren't paying for this. If you pay for this, we'll give you more, right, Alex?
Yes.
Don't feed people for nothing. But one thing we must discuss is the man behind this place, Sebastian Ang.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, couldn't make it here, but tell us a little bit about him.
Right. So I think Sebastian is actually the brain behind, synthesis itself also. So we do have a sister outlet called Mama Tiam as well as Lo Shang. So I think to put it in layman terms, all these three share something in common. So essentially, we do have a shop front which takes us back
Yeah.
to the
Traditional, older.
traditional
Yeah.
era, right? And then got transported into a modern era. So the idea is to actually recreate all these iconic scenes that is slowly disappearing in the Singapore scene, right? And then just creating this brand essentially.
I'll explain. It's like shaving your beard, right? You have the beard, it makes you look older, then you shave it, and you come out and you're looking different. It all happens in a few seconds, though.
Yes,
You
yes.
experience old to new, and you go out feeling even better if you pay your bill on time.
Yes.
Which reminds me, Sebastian, little message from the young man on my left, Alex, and it's time to look at his appraisal and check his hard work
you.
and everything that he's been doing and the glory he's brought to the wonderful branch here and all the different restaurants. There are 2 or 3 of them, not just
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
but Synthesis in particular.
Yeah.
I got your back, Alex.
Thank you.
Alex, tell us a little bit about, you're a young man in Singapore, and that's the one thing we haven't really met too many young men to talk to. So you're going to represent the face of modern, progressive, upbeat, upmarket Singapore. To begin with, you're going to New York in a little while.
Yes. So we will be actually heading to New York to do a masterclass over there, which I think is a very good opportunity as well.
You're going to teach.
Yes, it is. So I think maybe I will share a bit about myself.
Please do.
So I started when I was 18, right? Started bartending, and then
Alex, you still look 18.
Thank you.
It's the medicine.
So I always thought that being a bartender is cool. You get all the girls,
Yeah.
you get free shots
Yeah,
and whatnot, right? So that's what essentially drive me. And then after
That's so honest.
yeah. So and then after a
Yeah.
while, I find it very interesting because there's no limitation to what you can do.
But it's also a skill.
Yes,
I mean,
of
I try to
course.
bartend and, my hands are just not good enough. I was watching you behind the bar. We have the footage. You can show it again.
you.
I mean, there's a certain skill. It's like an art form. You can see the guy juggling, the way his body language goes
Yeah,
and all.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can tell a guy who's a proper bartender from a guy that's not his
Yeah.
line of work.
So I think showmanship is actually quite important.
Can you do
in
the
our line of
tosses?
work. Not yet, not yet. But I tried a few times, but then I'm not as agile as those flat tenders.
Yeah.
They're
Is
called
that what they
flat
call it?
tenders. Yes,
Flat
correct.
tenders.
Flat tenders. So I think So I started bartending, and then eventually I thought that being a bartender is great because you get to meet people from all walks of life, and then being a bartender gives you a superpower. Right? You're able to converse with your guests with
The
no
therapist.
boundaries.
Yeah.
So they share with you about everything,
Come on, tell us a couple of stories. What are like this? I mean, there must be things where you're like creeped out or like uncomfortable yourself because they're saying too much.
Okay, so I think for myself, I don't feel that because I'm quite open, right? I'm quite open-minded. I don't really judge you. So I think whatever they share with me, most of the time I'll just listen. So and then
What would be the normal things when you break up, career?
I think
somebody sick.
mostly career.
Yeah?
Mostly career. I think
So why would an investment banker come to a bartender and say, help me?
I can't help you with that, but
Yeah.
I can help you get through the night.
True.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
So what do? Just listen or do you actually start telling them things?
I do share my personal experience as well with them, but I think most of the time it's just they just want someone to talk to, someone to accompany them through the night. So we just spend the night talking, chatting over everything, right?
You know what I realized when I was young and my friends as well is that we really liked it when the bartender called our name.
Yes.
It made you feel, especially with a few girls around and all, and they'll be like, hey, Cyrus, hi, and all that. You suddenly get a lot of respect. And you're like the guy in the room kind of thing and all. So do you do that? Make them special customers who come back, make them
Yes,
feel...
it is. So I think for us, in terms of a service, in the service line, it's always good that we remember our friend's name or our guest's name, right?
Yeah.
So it gives them a feel of like, the staff know me, just come, I'll bring my friends along. The personal touch, I would say.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if it wasn't that sincere, it just makes a person feel special after a long day of nothing going his way.
Yes,
He's
it
got a
is, it
friend
is.
somewhere in the bar who remembers his name.
Yeah.
I want to now just switch quickly to Singapore for a bit, general Singapore, because that's why we're sort of here. So, I mean, you're a guy in his 20s, you're young. What else? You already have the bar thing going. So you've got the whole nightlife under control. What do you do to relax? What's a fun thing to do in Singapore? What should we do in a day, for example?
I think for me, usually I'll just spend time with my loved one. But of course, I think taking a walk down in Sentosa could be calming. Yeah, even though it's a small island, right? But
Oh, it's not that small. We've all lost weight.
okay.
We've been shooting there.
Because of the sun too.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh. No, but it hasn't been that hot because it's overcast. But I know what you're saying. It can be. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think one of the things that I do is sometimes I will just find a weekend, right? Go to the beach, by myself, take a walk, listen to the sea because like Singapore is relatively small and then there's buildings all around. So the only time where you can have like a clear view of the sky, the sea, you can only find them in Sentosa.
Is it okay if we do that, but we also follow a really old lady around? For
No,
reason?
don't do that. Don't do
I
that.
told my cameraman, Aniket, he just won't listen. He thinks
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
part of the thing to do. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that. But I think other than that, there is we got some great views. I mean, the skyscraper is nice.
Yeah.
There's a few places where we can go. Like even MBS. You have a perfect.
What is
view.
MBS?
Marina Bay Sands.
Oh, right.
Yeah, right.
I've just been told. But the one thing we didn't cover, which I wanted to, but we just have this much time, so we can't do everything in Singapore, is the culture scene. The art scene, the culture scene so much. As in concerts, musicals that come here, artists that perform here. So where does one go to see that? Because I believe there's some...
Expo. So most of these events, they're either hold at Suntec Convention Hall, Expo, or even Sentosa. Sentosa is a huge, they have a huge space, right? So like our annual year-end party, Zook Out, one of the most popular parties, right?
You always sell the brand.
Yeah.
You're going places, young man. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Alex, if I was your age again and I was single and I was trying to take a young lady out for a night out and all my pals go out for a night out, give me a trail that I should do, you know, from as a tourist. Obviously,
So I think you should, of course, come to, so for your first activities, right, you guys gonna have breakfast, you know, coffee, cafes,
oh,
right?
they're great.
So
all over, yeah.
go for Lo Shang.
Loshan, write it down.
Lo Shang, right? So, and then after which you guys can actually walk around. There's a few museums around that area. So it's at Dobby God, located, the nearest train station will be Dobby God, right?
Right.
So from there, we do have chimes or some historical building around that area. So after which, you guys can actually go back to the same area. So Lo Shang is actually located on top of Mama Diam, right?
Okay.
And then you guys can have your dinner there,
Oh, wow.
right? And then after your dinner there, can come back here to Suntec and then
Again.
have drinks.
Marketing
Yes,
man.
yes, yes.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. And ask for Alex. Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
yeah.
So I think that will cover one day, right? And then you get to visit all three of the outlets. You get to experience, you know, different iconic scenes of Singapore. Yeah, and I think it will help you understand Singapore in one day, right? What Singapore has to offer.
And there are plenty of all-night outlets, so does it shut by about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock?
Sorry?
Does it shut by 1, 2, or things go on?
Things do go on, but I would say that the nightlife in Singapore, there is Maki is one of the most popular clubs in Singapore right now. And then I'm not so much of a clubbing guy. So
Because you work in a night.
Right,
how much can you
right.
do? You're the last guy who wants to go to a bar. I can imagine.
Yes. Yeah, but I think in nightlife, in terms of the nightlife offerings in Singapore, there is quite a few. But of course, it's gonna take a while for me to like list out. But do check out Singapore. It's gonna be fun.
I have one more question. Actually, two. One is, what is the biggest tip you got ever?
I think it's about $500.
Wow.
$500.
Was he drunk? Was she drunk?
He was drunk.
He was drunk.
Yeah.
But do they regret it? I'm worried that they do it, and then after some time, when they sober up or whatever, you know, that goes home, the wife says, "Where's your money?"
Yeah. But I think also because of their background, right?
Yeah.
So when they come here, they entertain their guests. So I think it's also because of the peer pressure, you know. I want to
Show how
them.
big I am.
Yes, right. So that's only a one-time thing, right?
Yeah.
But
But
normally,
you can do it again.
Yeah.
Mr. Whoever you are, do it again. And the last question on a personal note is, how do you get that hairstyle? And it stays.
Yeah.
We've been here for about 3 hours before shooting as well. It's remained the
I
same.
spend a lot of money on my hair, right?
Yeah. So every day you got to get this exactly right before you leave the house.
Yeah. I'm quite particular, lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I think image is very important. So how you portray yourself,
Oh my
and you
God.
know,
Too late.
first impression. I think it's very, very important.
Yeah. Well, you're in the business.
Yeah.
You're in the people-pleasing business. I'm in the people-hating business. Not anymore. People-pleasing as well. So here we are in Singapore in a bar called Synthesis with Alex Ng, who's a young bartender on his way up. He's going to New York to teach a class. And that's how the world has changed around us, and everybody, you know, interacts with everybody else in the spirit of good harmony and lots of drinking, which is not good. Moderate drinking is better.
Yes.
Alex, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And hope to catch up with you soon.
For
In the
sure.
meantime, there's something you have to apply on me for that pain in my...
I got you.
Thanks, bro. Thanks. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.